Hello and welcome back to Love for AP50s. Today we're going to be talking about the headlight unit, the rear light which isn't fitted yet, and the indicators. We'll start with the indicators, which have been fitted on this. On the front I do have extra earth wires that I fitted. The back doesn't have an earth wire, but it does have, the lead wire is external and it has this little plastic sleeve that goes around to hold it in place. Now if you've got a genuine indicator relay, you need to make sure that you have the right sized bulbs in the indicators, otherwise they won't flash properly, and the right size warning light in the speedo, which is 1.7 watt, 1.5 watt will do. If you've got a pattern indicator relay, the modern ones are self-adjusting, so they will, it doesn't really matter what size bulbs you have in as long as they work. Now the headlight is this. This is a genuine reflector that's been re-chromed because I only had one item to get silvered and it wasn't worth silvering that on its own. So I had it chromed, so it works as the reflector works. You can see it's got a side light facility and the bulb, along with 3 clips that hold the bezel in place, or rim, whatever you want to call it. Now unfortunately, genuine lenses are no longer available. This is a pattern lens, it's glass. I've been told that Honda lenses fit. I don't know this for sure, so if anyone does know, if they could comment in the comments section. Now when you're assessing what light unit you have, there is another option, and that's this pattern headlight assembly. It comes with a side light unit. The wiring's all a little bit the wrong colours, so you have to work out which one's which. Notably, the one you think would be right is normally wrong depending on how it's been assembled in China. The white is not actually the white. The white is what comes out as blue, and then the white is yellow. The brown and white is the earth, and the green is brown, if that makes sense to you all. Now you also have to make sure that you've got the right size bulb. This is the type of bulb you need to use, because these are the only ones that go down to 15 watt. Although some reference material says you can use a 25, in my experience it doesn't work. So if you have this sort of bulb, you may be able to try an LED bulb in there to see if it works. I've brought some, but I've never tried them. What happens is, if you use the wrong size or the wrong power bulb, the power all goes to the lowest power takeoff, which is the rear light. So all you have is a rear light and no front light. So if that's one of the issues you're having at the moment, but you think everything's wired up correctly, it could be because you've got the wrong size bulb in it. Now the wiring is quite daunting in the headlight. There's a lot of it, but basically it just goes colour to colour. The only wire you have to watch out for is this one here. From the loom it's white, and this one goes to the brake light. This comes from the front brake light switch, which is indicated by this little red tag. The other white wire in here is from the light switch, which goes from main to dip beam. So white is one, yellow is the other. Although in reality, when driving or riding the bike, I found no visible difference between main and dip beam, or high and low as it says on the switchgear. But that's not to say there isn't a difference to oncoming traffic. Now when you assemble the genuine headlight, or even the pattern one, there's a gasket that goes between the lens and the reflector. You have to make sure that you have the reflector in the right orientation to the lens, and then you have to make sure that that is in the right orientation to the rim, where top is between the two locating tags. This gets very fiddly, but it's done quite easily. Then the headlight unit is screwed to the bucket by these M4 screws with a locking washer and a flat washer. Now the rear light, which I haven't actually got one here to show you, gets wired into the rear of the loom. Now there are two ways to wire it. If you've got the correct ignition switch, the brown gets plugged into the grey from the light itself, the white gets plugged into the white, and the black and white either gets bolted to the rear light bracket or it plugs into the brown and white wire, depending on which loom you have. The earlier looms have a separate brown and white earth wire running through the loom, which the later end model ones do not. That also comes in mind when you're wiring in the earth wires at the front. Now I always stick extra earths in because it can't be it can't be any bad. So we have an earth from each indicator plugging into the captive nuts through these and a jump wire, and then that on this one that then plugs into the earth that runs through this loom, the brown and white. Well, I hope that helps with some of your wiring issues, and I hope to speak to you again soon. Thank you for your time and good luck with your bikes.